He's 19, he's brash, he missed out on a medal in the 100 fly by a fingernail or two. Now he has a chance. SALGUERO, Engel, Portal, Boki, GARASHCHENKO, Sotnikov, Jason and Punko. Getting off to a really good start is young Braedan Jason, I say, he's 23 years old. IHAR BOKI, though, phenomenal underwater and immediately gets into his stroke. He is not going to be going out quite so hard, but I wonder how Alex Portal is going to take this race and how GARASHCHENKO is going to take this race. They swim on either side of the favorite for the gold, the world champion, the world record holder, the double defending champion in this event, the 400 free S13.
Yeah, I mean, during preliminaries, we saw Alex Portal go out quite quickly. Right now, he just seems to be hanging on IHAR BOKI's shoulder. Same thing with GARASHCHENKO. GARASHCHENKO, I think we're going to see him come up a little bit more. He may even take the lead during the second 100 and the third 100. Here he goes right now at the turn. He may be just slightly ahead of IHAR BOKI, although IHAR BOKI, he's got that very calm and controlled, very wide stroke. And then he comes into the first 100, and he really takes advantage of that underwater. And right now, IHAR BOKI, he's got the slight lead, but Alex Portal and GARASHCHENKO really hanging with him.
So Boki is ahead by half a head at the moment, not by much. Bear in mind, this is for the S13 classification. This is for swimmers with visual impairment, but these are swimmers who often still have either their central or peripheral vision, although it is very limited. So they will be able to see the swimmers around them and have a greater sense of where the swimmers are in comparison to where they are at any given point in the pool. It's the three who are extending an advantage now over everybody else in the field. Boki leading the way, just ahead of GARASHCHENKO and Portal.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that he has Portal and GARASHCHENKO pushing him. They are slightly behind the world record at this point, but IHAR BOKI, we don't normally see him challenge. I mean, most of the time, he's got clean water on either side of him. We knew GARASHCHENKO was going to be a threat to him. Alex Portal, at this point, during the preliminaries, he had really started to fade, and now he's trying to hang in there. At this point, he's at IHAR BOKI's waist, but during the length of the lap itself, he does need to try and make up some ground because he doesn't have IHAR BOKI's turns.
Alex Portal, yeah, I think that is going to be one of the weaknesses for the young engineering student. He's 19 years old, and a wonderful story because his roommate at university is a certain Hugo Didier, as they both study engineering. And his roommate in the village is
Hugo Didier, both of them up-and-coming French swimmers. And here, IHAR BOKI again, look at this underwater, it was great. GARASHCHENKO, you know, normally he's either right ahead of IHAR BOKI or he's just hanging with him, which is doing at this point. Going into the final 100 normally is where IHAR BOKI just takes off. So let's see if he's able to do it again. GARASHCHENKO, though, he needs to kick into his legs. This 100, he needs to try and bring it home.
Now this is a race in which Boki has twice claimed the gold medal in his two previous Paralympic Games appearances. And now with 100 meters to go, he's looking to try to get away from GARASHCHENKO. But GARASHCHENKO is showing the ultimate tenacity here in just holding on. Boki will be starting to get, I imagine, a little disgruntled by this and hoping to push the pace into the final 50.
Yeah, here he goes. Look, IHAR BOKI starting to increase his stroke rate, and he's just going to take off on this last turn. There he goes. Now IHAR BOKI, he puts his legs into it. GARASHCHENKO at this point, very likely is unable he's not really going to be able to keep up. And there goes IHAR BOKI. He increased his stroke rate. The feet are on. Now he's got clean water again.
Oh, clean water again, and he just reminds the entire world of what quality he possesses. IHAR BOKI, a man who has 13 golds, a silver and a bronze, is about to win his milestone 14th gold here. He doesn't do it in world record time, but he goes sub-4. GARASHCHENKO comes home for a very fine silver medal, and what a bronze for the young talent that is France's Alex Portal. To be able to keep pace with the likes of IHAR BOKI for the first 250 meters before eventually being dropped is a very impressive feat. He's got a competition going with his roommate Hugo Didier to see who can win the most medals at the Paralympic Games. Well, as of now, they have one apiece, and Portal, who finished 4th in the men's 100 fly, has a bronze medal in the men's 400 free. IHAR BOKI, 3 events, 3 gold medals at Tokyo 2020. He has now got 14 gold medals at the Paralympic Games, only in his 3rd. Mike Kenny had 16 in 4. Daniel Diaz has 14 as well. Only Mike Kenny has more gold medals now than Ihar Boki. Wonderful swim from Garaschenko to stay as close as he did to Ihar Boki for as long as he did. But in the end, it was the class that is just on display for the world to see. Ihar Boki.
I mean, Ihar Boki, just to break down this 400-meter freestyle, he swims it with such experience. He keeps it controlled. He doesn't panic when Alex Portal and Garaschenko are hanging with him. And Garaschenko, to his credit, he really stayed with Ihar Boki most of the time. He was on his shoulder. But then Ihar Boki, this last turn, here he goes. He really uses the most of his underwater kick, and he pops up way ahead of anyone else to get that clean water. And then he turns his legs on. He increases stroke that last 50, and it was a decent time for him.
A very good